Thanks for all the blue hearts in the chat. I love you guys so much. But yeah, just because someone isn't necessarily showing it 24/7 doesn't mean behind closed doors that they're not hurting. And some people like sharing their emotions online with everyone, and some people don't. So just because things aren't shared on the internet doesn't mean they're not happening behind closed doors. So I just want you guys to keep that in mind, and just be respectful to everyone who knew him and who's going through this. And even each other, because you all got to see parts of him on the channel and fell in love with him the same way I did, and everyone just loved him. He was just such a lovable guy, and I just know that everyone's going to deal with this in their own way. As far as us, right now, we're in Dallas. That's where we had the funeral yesterday. Obviously, it happened in Austin, and I was in Austin for a week while he was in the hospital, and then he donated his organs, and from there, I left Austin and went to Dallas to kind of arrange things here, and all my friends came out and were here and supportive, and it's been really great to have so much love and support during this time, and I'm just so thankful for all the amazing people in my life who have just been there for me and who've cried with me, and so we had a service yesterday at Landon's mom's house, which is where I am right now. I've been staying in a hotel for the past 2 weeks. After it happened, I just couldn't sleep in my own house. So I was staying at a hotel while my mom and dad both came out to help, but they kind of took turns being at the house and taking care of the girls and helping me pack up. That being said, I can't even sleep in the house for one night. I'm not living there anymore. We are moving. Luckily, I was able to talk to my landlord and break the lease, so it's not gonna, be on my record of having bad credit or anything like that. That's definitely a blessing, and I'm very grateful that we're able to end the lease and not have any kind of repercussions with that. So that's really good, and it was kind of bittersweet leaving. I mean, that was our first home together, and the first place that we had our first Christmas as a family, just us. And it was a really special house that we were all so blessed when we first moved there that we were able to kind of be on our own, and we were so excited to move to Austin and just be independent. So that was kind of hard to leave, but at the same time, I just knew there was nothing left for me at that house, and it was just too hard to be there, especially after what happened there that kind of, led to this. So, that I said goodbye to that house, earlier in the week. I hardly ever know what day it is. But yeah, we said goodbye and we packed up, and my mom packed the house for me. I'm so thankful that my friends were able to watch the kids. My mom was able to literally move my whole house for me in a matter of days. She's amazing at moving. She's moved several times. When I was younger, we were always moving to a new place. But definitely helped a lot with that, and I'm so thankful that I wasn't having to go and physically be there and pack up everything and look at all the things, because every item in that house has a memory attached to it with him, and it's just really hard. So yeah, she was able to help me with that, and we've gotten so much help with the kids, especially with my friends being here. They've kind of been separated a lot, which it's just obviously really hard for them, especially Colette. She hasn't really asked about him much yet, but she's definitely acting out and just, it's a lot of change for her, a lot of new people coming in and out, kind of being tossed around to different people to be babysat, so it's been really hard for her. But yeah, we're gonna find a new normal eventually. But yeah, I've gotten a lot of help with the kids, and I've been with Delilah a lot. I stopped breastfeeding because it was just too heartbreaking. I couldn't, when you're stressed, like, you have a hard time producing milk anyways, and I couldn't. I needed help feeding her, and, the only way to do that was to go to formula, so she's on formula now, but people were able to help me and feed her, and I just really have been able to have the time I need to not worry about the kids, which has been such a blessing. But yeah, we're in Dallas now. My mom left this morning. Her and Colette are on the road right now, driving to Florida, which is where I'll be living for the next while. That's just where I'm going to have the most help with the kids, where my family is, and just what seems the most, it seems like the right move for me at this point. I mean, there's nothing left for me in Austin whatsoever, and that's just where I need to be right now. So I'm with Delilah now, and we're in Dallas, and tomorrow morning we're flying to Florida, and I'm going to be getting a place with my sister, so I'm going to be moving in with her, which will be good, and I'll definitely have some help, and, living alone is, like, the last thing I want to do right now, is just being in a house by myself with the girls. I'm definitely going to need time to just, have some help and heal, and it's going to be a long, long journey, but, one day at a time, and so I'm going to be moving there, which is going to be a big change, but I'm looking forward to just having some kind of normalcy in the girl's life, because as of right now, the last few weeks have been so hard and chaotic and heartbreaking, and it's almost been so busy that I haven't even really processed it yet. I've been talking to doctors for a week straight, and, he's been running tests on him, and we'll know more about his injuries tomorrow. Just kidding, we're moving the MRI back to the next day, and it's just been so much in these last few weeks, that I really just haven't taken the time that I need yet. I mean, I've had a lot of help, and I've had time to talk about it and cry about it, but, definitely have a long ways to go, and I don't really think it'll fully hit me until I'm alone in my new place and just have some kind of peace, and not, who's watching Colette and Delilah and this hotel to this hotel and all that. So, that's kind of what's next for us. We haven't really gone into detail about what exactly happened, and I feel like a lot of people, I mean, I know it's hard to deal with this, because I'm not the only one dealing with this. Obviously, this hurts me the most, but all of you, I'm sure, are shocked and going through the same feelings I've gone through, and, when something like this happens, it's just, you want answers. You want to know why. It's hard to process it without an explanation, and I totally get that. But at the same time, I just know that there's a right way to go about it, and I don't want to just, post something and explain it, because he has a story to tell, and that's my job to tell his story. And I have an opportunity to spread awareness and a lot of people, but it's just a matter of, it's also hard. And it's hard to put out there because, I have a younger audience, and I'm definitely going to have to put a disclaimer when I do, share his story, and just say, if you're under a certain age, you really shouldn't be hearing this, because it's hard. It is. And, but at the end of the day, I will share his story, and I feel like it'll bring me a lot of peace. It's going to be very hard to do, but it will, because something good has to come out of this, and I know that sounds crazy. How could anything good come out of this? But I think sharing his story will help a lot of people and spread awareness, and, if that's the only good that can come out of this, then that's my responsibility to, to share it and make sure the message gets across in the right way. So just give me some time, which most of you have been very respectful about that. And even, the ones who are asking me, I understand, and I'm not, no hard feelings. I get it. And, like I said, it's hard to process when you don't even have much of an explanation. It's going to take me a couple weeks to move in and get settled and, just go through the stages that I'm going to go through. And I don't know, I can't promise that I'm going to be ready to tell his story anytime soon. But just know one day I will. And I don't think this is the end for us. And I don't think Landon would have wanted us to just, stop YouTube. And it's going to be a long time till we have any kind of normal routine, anything like that. But just know that this isn't goodbye. And, I want to do it, and I want to do it right, and I want to do it for him. And yeah, I think, it'll, you guys obviously care about us greatly, and I just think that would be so sad if, it just kind of breaks the relationship I have between you, because you guys are such an amazing support system, especially through a hard time like this. And I need you guys more than ever almost. And, I just love you, and I appreciate you so much. And, I'm just grateful for all the love and all the support and the edits and the drawings and all of it. So thank you. What happened to Ozzy? That's a good question. Ozzy is going to be staying with my grandparents for the time being. They live out in the country, so he's going to have a whole acre to run around, and they have other dogs there too, so he'll fit right in, and he is going to be a little country dog, and he's going to love it. And that is temporary until we are able to have him back in our family, and we're in a place where I feel like we can. And also we're just trying to figure out where I'm going to live, if we're able to have dogs at that place. And so right now he's going to be with my grandma. It might be for a few months until we get settled. It might be for a year. It might be for several years. I don't know. But Ozzy is definitely going to stay in the family either way. So yeah. But anyways, I think I'm going to hop off. I'm kind of dreading just kind of being alone, because like I've said, I've been with people nonstop for the past few weeks, and and you've been so supportive and just such a rock during this time that I just felt like updating you guys and just kind of letting you know how things are going to go for the next few weeks for us. And also just talking is something that helps me a lot. Like, I am someone that when I'm going through something, I just want to talk it out. I don't want to be left alone, and I really haven't been. And this is honestly the first time that I've kind of been alone for a few hours by myself. So I just thought I'd come in here and talk and kind of give you guys an update. By the way, there's something I want to address as well before I kind of get into that, but I just want you to know that everyone grieves differently, everyone goes through things differently, and as for many different things in life, not even in this specific situation, but before this, and everyone on social media, you really do only see part of it. And just because, someone posts a happy post doesn't mean that they're like not grieving and not sad. It's just when there's so much sadness in a situation like this, it's how do I word this? You can't just be sad all the time. It is unhealthy to just bask in it, and when it feels like that's she just dropped me off from the hotel that we were at, and she drove off with my bag. Luckily, I caught her in time, and she was able to turn around and give me my stuff, because I'm getting on a plane tomorrow. Anyways, yeah, as I was saying, just thank you so much for all the love and support. It has helped me more than you guys know. I mean, obviously, I'm hurting. Clearly, and I'm going to be for a long time, and I know it's easy to feel helpless and like you can't do anything to help me, and words can't do enough, and while that is true, like words aren't gonna fix it. Words aren't gonna bring him back, but it does help. It really does, and I really do appreciate it. And just seeing the love that everyone had for him it's sad. It's hard to look at sometimes, but because it's like I wish he was here to see it, but he is. I'm sure he's seeing all the love that you guys are giving him, and that everyone is just feeling for him. Not here, but